switch to.
I love it.
Amazing, amazing.
I love it.
Going live.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, do it live! Fuck it! Do it live!
I was not on the screen there. I didn't even realize that. Hey, how's it going? SirFelixTheCat with Talk of Better Politics. And let's see. I see Cray Cray. I like the name, Cray Cray. I miss Candace Owens Appreciator, or whatever it was. But how's it going, guys? We are back with another one. This will probably be a short one, just because it's me. But I did want to go over a couple things. And yeah, dude needs to win New York. Like, he needs to win New York. If he loses, that's just going to be, shocking. But let's go on with this. Trump's doing Trump things again. He is getting ready to just have troops land in Nigeria and just start shooting because, you know, that's what dumb people do. All because there have been Christians being attacked. And he takes that, you know, the most devout Christian of them all, Donald Trump, needs to protect his people. So he's, yeah, he's going to have people killed, which is wonderful. As always, everything he does is just so wonderful. But yeah, we're seeing how that's going to go. It's going to turn out bad, just bad. If he's involved with anything, it turns out bad. But yeah, that's a nasty one. I don't want to see people die. I mean, I don't want to see them killing Christians just because of their belief. That's pretty dumb. That's what wars back in the day were usually fought over. Most wars are just fought over religion, which is stupid. Absolutely stupid. Next we have, I was reading this one. Sorry. Oh yeah. The genius that he is, he also wants to turn, our naval like aircraft carriers to make them steam powered for the takeoff system, which just brilliant. I mean, we only moved away from that because, you know, electric was just way more beneficial. It's energy conserving. It's just easier. It's cheaper. There's no reason to go away from the electromagnetic. To do this, we're looking at the government spending just hundreds of billions of dollars. Look, what is it? Cost per ship. A single ship's modification could cost hundreds of millions to over $1 billion for just one ship. And yeah, that's also, it depends on if it's done at a private or public shipyard. So it could cost more. And I don't know if Donald Trump has a shipyard, but that'd probably be the one it's done at. So, you know, what would be $1 billion? Just make it 2 billion. Greedy bastard. That's been a fun joke for the past week or so. Oh, public workers could be denied loan forgiveness if cities defy Trump lawsuit. Or yeah, they just defy Trump. Basically, yeah, we have Boston, Chicago, Albuquerque, and San Francisco. They're suing the Trump administration over changes to its plans to make the popular public service loan forgiveness program, or changes to just destroy it, essentially. That they don't want loan forgiveness. They want to make it harder, basically screw more people. I mean, if you did student loans, this is definitely hitting you as well, which is complete and utter shit. We know how easy it is to pay back a student loan, so let's just screw students over even more. Make it more beneficial. Have you guys ever played the game of life? Like the board game? And like back every time I've played it, I've noticed if you decide to take the route of like, oh yeah, I want to go for the better paying job, I'm going to go to school, 9 times out of 10, you lose. Like you're just terrible at the end. Like you're in the worst shape possible. And that's basically what we're going for here. Just destroy everything. The small amount of forgiveness that we did get is just going to go out the window. So it's sad. This is going to affect just hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions. I mean, I don't know how many people actually go to school. I feel like it's way lower than it should be. But yeah, it's going to screw over just so many people. Just lives being ruined for no reason. I mean, I guess maybe we need that money to go to funding the ship changes, to go back to steam power. Maybe that's it, or just more money for Trump's pocket so he could sue the government again for some stupid reason to where his own people are going to be like, oh yeah, you know what? We thought this over really hard for half a second, and yeah, you're going to get the money. Here's hundreds of millions of dollars for you. Yeah. This one we still have to see where it's going. There's another case. It's basically going to hit Supreme Court, just like the other Supreme Court cases, which I have a story coming up on that. There's big stuff happening on Wednesday for Supreme Court, which could be terrifying. Oh, yeah, and you have to be anti-DEI. Forgot to mention that. You have to make sure that there is no DEI implementation in your city or school or whatever it be for the funding to go through. It's terrible. Yeah, they want to crash the economy, just 100%. Do I have about threatening grocery stores? No, I was going to pull that up, but I didn't pull one up about the SNAP benefits. That's kind of coming up on the Supreme Court issue too. It's kind of all tied into that. Oh yeah, and Trump setting the freaking candy on top of the kid's head again because he's too dumb to hit the bag. But did you guys hear the story about the sandwich guy? He was the one who threw after the court case where the ICE agent was found not guilty of felonies. As he's walking out of the court, dude hit him in the face with the sandwich. Well, DC jurors were dismissed in the trial of man charged with throwing a sandwich at federal agent are deeply skeptical of the case. And I mean, they kind of have every right to be skeptical. One, some people are a little incorrect. How is that assault? Sadly, you throw a marshmallow at someone and they can claim that as assault because you threw something that could possibly in some way maybe kind of hurt them mentally or physically, which is stupid. But yeah, Dunn had pleaded not guilty to the misdemeanor assault charge. The jury was selected, and then they let 8 of the jurors go after the questioning. There are other stuff happening in this city, which is true. It kind of feels like what this lady's saying. It feels like the government is just kind of wasting time and money on something just for show. Again, another way to try to show, hey, we are all powerful. You can't do anything to us. I mean, we've seen how ICE has been doing. I showed a video in Discord the other week where they literally grabbed a lady and pulled her over the yellow line they said not to cross just so they could assault her and arrest her. They are themselves passing that line and trying to see just how much further they can go. Like, okay, we got 1 foot over. Can we put 2 feet over? And it's just, it's disgusting. It is just disgusting. Prosecutors then filed a complaint against Dunn that carries a far lower maximum sentence of 1 year. So they're trying to hit him with just possibly everything they can get. Get him for the assault on a federal worker. That's about a decade. Try to make it 11 years just to more so ruin his life, even though, yeah, he already lost his job for doing so. He paid social consequences. I'm sure the ICE agent ate the sandwich after it fell on the ground because he's a piece of shit and he's an ICE agent. So is it really a crime? Is it really, though? It's upsetting. But yeah, they're basically going to try to probably rig this case to where all the jurors have to be pro-Trump, pro-ICE supporters in order to even be part of this jury pool. It's vile. It is vile. And what is this? Not going far enough. That's what Orange Man said in the super edited interview. Super edited interview about what? The SNAP benefits? Sorry, I was not looking at the chat. Yeah, he wants to rape SNAP. Just absolutely rape it. And then the story that kind of involves Snap involves quite a few things. It's funny that I actually found this from Esquire. On Wednesday, the Supreme Court and its carefully manufactured conservative majority will hear the first in a chain of cases that may well determine the foreseeable future, the survival of the system of checks and balances. And this is that basically chain of cases that is possibly the end of the country as we know it and going full Trump's the king if they go that route. Sadly, it kind of looks like they will. Where did it go? Trump has mused about attending the court argument this week, which, yeah, basically he just wants to go there. He wants to pressure them into just being like, yeah, you know, I'm not a king, but I should be. So, yeah, definitely keep an eye on Supreme Court news coming up this week, because it's going to be very, very impactful on this country. It could end up with us losing everything. Like, first of all, checks and balances. It's going to go with his tariffs, all his other cuts that he's trying to do. It's also going to come back down to, just what can he get away with? What can he do to basically make it to where Congress and Senate have no say about what he's doing? So it's partially, let me go through this. President Trump's administration said it will partially fund SNAP. Yeah, I saw that one. You didn't see the scandal. Mofo did an interview and had them edit it to hell. Oh, yeah. I mean, he has, it was 60 Minutes. Didn't 60 Minutes bow down to him before too? Isn't it 60 Minutes that did the Kamala Harris one that then he ended up saying was like edited so it looks more favorable for her, and then he sued them and they just instantly paid him? Yeah. Yeah. Stupid shit. Stupid shit. Just absolutely disgusting. It's hard to have faith in this country making it another couple of years. I mean, these cases coming up will determine how well this country will do for like after the next year. Like, will we make it as a country, or are we just going to be a dictatorship, which, as we've seen through history, dictatorship ends in complete and utter collapse. Just that is the end of the country. It'll be taken over, or you turn into some shithole like North Korea, where there is nothing. It's hard to even look at North Korea and be like, yeah, it's an actual country. No, there's people that live there on this plot of land that's above South Korea, but it's not really a country. They're just not. They just have some little tiny dick bastards shooting rockets and being buddy-buddy with Trump. Which, did you guys see how when that asshole was in South Korea, he was like, oh yeah, I'd love to see Kim Jong-un. Maybe he can come down here and see me. I'll be in South Korea. Like, you know, those two places have always been friendly with each other. They're best friends. Just have their leader come on down to South Korea. Assholes. I swear to God. All right. The other story I wanted to talk about, Bulbasaur. Wait, what? Oh, it's vanilla or something. What is this? Oh no, I thought it was vanilla. It's key lime. Shows how well I can smell. Maybe COVID did get me at some point. All right, so we were talking about the Mexican president, Claudia Sheinbaum Pardo. I think that's how you say her last name, her second last name. But I went ahead and checked out some Google Gemini just because I literally thought I was one of the few people who thought she was like cartel connected. So I just never talked about it. Because I was like, maybe I'm just being like, you know, tinfoil hat and all this nonsense, because it looked super fishy. you had all those people who ran with her or ran against her essentially, and they all got taken out by cartel members. And then, yeah, you have this new guy, not new guy, but the governor or mayor or whatever he was, he says something and he gets taken out. And yeah, like I was saying, even in my wife's family, they're a little mixed. Like my sister-in-law agrees. She sees the same thing that I see, that most of us see. But yeah, I decided to ask Google, Claudia Sheinbaum and the cartels. And so she has taken a firm stance against drug cartels, focusing on combating their power through a mix of legal action, sovereignty protection, and social programs. Her administration is expanding a lawsuit against U.S. armories, seeking to prevent foreign intervention, and is implementing policies to reduce cartel violence and weapon trafficking. And I mean, yeah, she truly does need to have that hard stance against the Trump administration. Like 100%, the shit they've been pitching since before he even got elected the second time is just batshit crazy. Like it's fucking ridiculous. I mean, was it, what's the vice president's name? Eyeliner. Mr. Eyeliner. Wasn't he the one who was saying we need to shoot missiles over there and some crazy shit like that, and then Trump jumped on that same bandwagon? Or was that the Texas governor? They're all assholes. Someone in the asshole party said it. But yeah, they need to not have that. Having our military go over there and just start shooting is just going to end in just millions of different, like, innocent casualties. And then in the end, what's going to happen is those cartels are going to straight flood over here. I mean, they're already here, but they're going to come up here, and Trump's going to get taken out by the cartel. That's how that would go. Like, yeah, our Secret Service at one time were excellent. Ever since the assassination attempt, we've seen they're not on it, even though that was more a sign that it's staged, but whatever. I don't think our Secret Service would stand a chance. I mean, if you had the whole fleet of them, maybe, but the cartels don't give a fuck. And that's the biggest kicker here. They would demolish him. The administration would be done, and the country would be done as well. I mean, under Trump, it's going to be done, but yeah, it's bad. And like, what is this? Professor X wears that with a freaking X-Men suit. What are we talking about now? Yeah, Vance. I wanted to call him Pence, but I knew that wasn't right. Pence is the one who they wanted to hang because they loved him so much. And yeah, I'm using AI for this just because it's easiest way to compile this, and I did look through it before I just put it up here because that would be horrendous. Where did it come? But yeah, so the biggest thing for me was right here, which I don't think they even say it. What's his face? El Chapo's, I think it was his lawyer, accused her government of being a public relations arm of the cartel. And there was no evidence except for from them. So take it or leave it. But I mean, that kind of says something when the guy who said it wasn't even being like charged with anything. He just came out and said it. That's a pretty big sign that something's kind of fishy there, at least in my mind. And that's bothered me. I mean, her running and everybody else getting taken out bothered me, but that was a huge sign that she is most likely cartel connected. She never had a threat made against her, anything. She just made it through flawlessly. And that was weird. You know, the cartels, they're going to have control. It's kind of like our government agencies, how basically everybody is kind of connected in a way. I'm talking about like the alphabet agencies, but the shadow groups that Hawk likes to talk about, like them, they control who's going to be here. Why we're not going to have someone who actually would do the things that Bernie said he wanted to do. We couldn't have that. They would not allow that. You could have everybody in the world vote for it, but you'll see what happens is the DNC says, oh, wait, no, we're not going to let you run. We're going to give it to the person who people were saying they don't like right now. And Bernie take a bunch of money and walk away. But yeah, they won't allow it. The cartels run Mexico, sadly. Like, that's just the situation of it. They've taken so much of the country, and they are the power. They are the government, essentially. So having someone who is their puppet makes sense. That's why we have Trump as president, because Russia wanted to get their fingers involved. And they funded this guy. They made sure that he had all the right things. They also helped with spreading bullshit information. And we have Trump as president. Trump as King Emperor of the United States. Or as some people apparently. There was this case I heard, which is ridiculous. Nintendo and their lawsuit against Palworld. They got shut down for one of their patents in court because it was the whole like using a ball to catch the creature and all that stuff. They were like, you can't do this because it's been done in several games. One of them being Pokemon Go, which is Niantic or Niantic, however you pronounce their name, and not Nintendo. So you can't patent something that's in someone else's game that's been there before you file this patent. So some jackass in IGN's like chat board comes up and is like, I bet that was a Trump appointed judge who said that. And it's like, this is a Japanese patent, you jackass. This has nothing to do with Trump. But that's, again, how a lot of Americans think. He's not the president of the United States. He is the president of the world. That's just how it is. The United States thinks they are the number one thing in the whole world. We are the most important, which is complete and utter bullshit. If we were the most important, our rich people wouldn't be sending their money offshores to other countries. They would just keep it here because they get away with it. Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so she was Mexico City's former mayor. Sheinbaum has a track record of working to combat corruption and has vowed to continue fighting as president, which is a key part of her strategy. She talks a big game. I'll say that. And she does have a decent record from when she was a mayor. Not like the best record, but if you just look at what she did for the people, she did good things. There was also that one cartel leader. Can't remember his name, but he was like the Knights Templar or something like that, whatever it was. He did great things for the people too. They loved him at first. Kind of funny how that all like seems so connected. And I gotta read chat. It is hard not having Hawk here to read chat. It means I gotta put on glasses or something. Yeah, the bird needs to be here. Specific incidents. Where was that? Oh, during her presidential campaign, Sheinbaum's vehicle was stopped by a masked man. An incident was described as very strange. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah, El Chapo's lawyer. Let's just go ahead and pull up the CBS story on it. Masked men stopped a vehicle carrying Mexico's leading presidential candidate while she was traveling between campaign stops Sunday to ask that she address the violence in the southern state of, that if she wins the election, which she did. So remained in the front passenger seat of the vehicle, listening calmly with her window down. Masked men filmed the interaction on their cell phones, and one shook her hand before letting her move on. I mean, that seems totally legit. I mean, there was this one time I decided to like go into this house and I was going to kill everybody. But, you know, I was very polite and I shook their hands and gave them hugs and we had a great time. It was fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic. But yeah, no, I definitely feel there is something up with her. Will we find out what's going on? I doubt. I mean, if Trump was smart, he would try to like spend some resources secretly trying to get that dirt to come out. If he wanted to be, sneaky and do what the U.S. does and like fuck with other people's shit all the time, I don't think he should do that because that could still end up terribly for us. But we letting you pass through here. Absolutely. But yeah, no, I'm hoping one day we find out the truth, and I 100% believe, yeah, she's either owned by them, kind of like the way Trump's owned by others, or she's been working with them for years, and she's just more buddy with them. And I mean, hell, that whole situation could have been as realistic as Trump's assassination attempt. It could have been completely staged. Maybe she grew back an ear as well. Maybe. I did have one more story I wanted to do, which was the other main topic on this thumbnail. I think I put fascism, but I mean it's close enough to being the same thing. There's been this scary situation, which Carlito's pointed this out, I think 2 weeks ago in chat, that far-right politicians have been doing very well recently, scarily well. We have Austria, far-right Freedom Party, achieved significant victory in September of 2024. In Germany, the far-right Alternative for Germany, the AfD party, became the second largest party in the German, whatever these words are, following the 2025 election in February. The strongest showing since World War II. Poland, the right-wing Law and Justice Party, presidential candidate Carol narrowly won the presidential election in June. Portugal, far-right Chega Party achieved substantial 22.8% of the vote in the May legislative election. Which, I mean, given second place, but still that's too much. That is way too much. United Kingdom, yeah, we know about the UK. They've been having issues there, just like we've had issues here. The Netherlands, and that's scary. That's the Netherlands. In October 2025 snap election, the far-right Party for Freedom, led by Geert Wilders, tied for the most seats with a centrist party. Yeah, that's just terrifying. And then Romania and France, far-right candidates in the presidential elections in Romania and France were defeated, but I mean, they were trending for quite a while, and that's bad. If we lose France as well, it's just, yeah, it's a trend that's just terrifying. And it goes back to what I've been talking about for a couple of weeks, how I've been having to go on Twitter, and well, I don't have to go on Twitter, but I choose to try look at some news, and I see these dumbasses, just absolute dumbasses, who keep coming out and saying stupid shit, because you'll have the meme that goes up there, which has the hood, like a white hood, a Nazi hat, the Civil War flag, and then the MAGA hat. And it's basically showing the trend and how, this one lost, this one lost, this one lost, and this one's going to lose. And then you have the dumbasses who come out and they say, well, the Civil War and the KKK, those were liberal Democrats. And they say liberal Democrats. And it's no. In those times, the Democratic Party was very much the conservative Democratic Party. You can say that, yes, the Nazi Party, they framed themselves to be leftist. They were populist, which is what we've seen Trump do. He's a populist, or at least he pretends to be. And that's what gets them the support. They get the followers by tricking you. They make you think, I'm here, I'm one of you. And they just completely fuck you over. Once they get your support, they're like, okay, well, we don't care. Now we're going to do all of our evil shit we want to do. And that's the conservative party's way. That's what the right wing has been. They're just evil. Just pure evil. And we're letting evil just take over. But yet, if you talk to people, actually talk to people, even the ignorant dumbasses who want to sit here and be like, Trump's the best thing ever. You listen to what they want, like actually want. If they can name like something besides for the Dems to lose, you'll get leftist policy from them. But they think it's the right wing that's going to do that for them. I mean, yes, I'm bad with directions too. You tell me to turn right and I have to like be like, okay, which one's an L? But it's just shocking. They all, like the majority of the world, wants leftist policies for themselves, for every country. They want those benefits that come along with it, like the freedom. Just not having to worry about shit, really. That's what a true leftist world would be, is not having to worry about shit. And they vote far right. They vote for the one that says the sweet little lies in their ears and uses hate to get them riled up, and they fall for it. And I hate this name, the Far Right Party for Freedom. And that's just, you can't have far right and freedom in the same thing. It's just, it's not a fucking thing. Oh God. It's going to give me a stroke. Does anybody have any ideas why we're falling into this hellhole of everybody leaning or voting for the right? Not leaning. They're not leaning right. That's what's confusing about it. Nobody is leaning right. They're just voting far right. Yeah, they're not smart and they can't read past sixth grade. I mean, if they can get past first grade. Yeah, they don't understand the Bible. Like, there's no way in hell any of them do. I mean, the people who praise Trump and think he's a great guy, and then they're like at church praising Trump, and it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? This goes against multiple things that your book says you should not do, and you're just going for it. Their book calls out douchebags like him. But nope, he's the best thing ever. I blows my mind. Yeah, he can fix everything. It's that whole populist thing. I'm going to get your support. It's people just don't have, it's not even just like reading literacy. It's like just the ability to understand, period. It's like their brains don't function. And I get it with Trump a little bit because, yeah, he kind of did have that like celebrity thing. He was in Home Alone. Or Home Alone 2. He had his own TV show where he had fake jobs lined up for people. And he fired a bunch of people just because he got off on making people miserable. And I guess that kind of gave him some more credit. Like, I've seen his face before. I know him. And then he would always say he's from New York. He's one of us. He's a New Yorker. He's not really. He's just a piece of shit who lives in Florida and has lived there for quite a while. It's fucking ridiculous. But yeah, racist definitely. But racists are also the same douchebags who are saying that it was the Democrats, the liberal Democrats, who are the KKK. I've tracked some of these people's Twitter pages, and it's like you go through their stuff and you see their posts, and it's like, you're just a racist piece of shit. But yet then you're saying it's the Democrats who are racist. So what the fuck do you think you are? Do you not understand that you're being racist? I want to say they're all just bots. Like, These people, half the world must just be bots. There's like really only 2,000 people on this planet. Everybody else is fake. That's what it's come down to. Donald Trump is a stupid man's. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even know that was a quote, but that is beautiful. That is beautiful. Yeah, companies giving him money. Because I mean, fuck. Before all this, like, all these new cons he was doing, this douche was pretty much poor. He was not a millionaire in any way. And then he started doing all these scams, and now he's suing his own administration to get more money. He doesn't pay anybody because, one, he doesn't want to, and then two, he can't afford it. He's been getting money from Russia because he had no money. It's all tied up in his investments, which weren't worth shit for quite a while. It's God, that whole situation. To put someone who can't manage money, like, I'm not great at managing money. I would not put myself in a position of like CFO for a company because that would be just horrendous. I know how to save it. Do I do it? No, I don't act on that. I live paycheck to paycheck. That's just what I've done for, God, my whole life, my whole working life. It's just how I know how to function. Yeah, he's easily bought 100%. And yeah, everybody should be like, if anybody went back and decided to say like, oh, you know, I don't know what show CBS has. I really don't. But after they went to go like get rid of Colbert because of that, all that whole funding Trump bullshit, paying him out. If anybody went back and was like, well, you know what? I do want to keep my subscription. They should go fuck themselves. Like, don't. Given I'm not saying it just for Colbert, but the whole situation that led to Colbert's firing. That whole situation is bullshit. It's slimy. And then, I mean, yeah, I'm on YouTube right now, which is Google. I use Google Chrome all the time. I truly should stop. There's what's the other one I want to use? Opera GX. GX. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to download that now. And I am going to switch over. Opera GX. But yeah, so if you're looking for a new browser, I mean, I don't know if you guys use Apple or whatever that. I mean, we should all stop using Apple, Android, all of them. That's the thing, is all the fucking companies have bowed down to this cunt. Except for Arizona Tea. I mean, that's the only one I can really think of ever. I mean, Nintendo bowed down to them, which makes me really mad. They sue everyone. They sue fucking everyone for everything. But yet then, what's her douchebag name? The puppy shooter decides to use the Pokemon theme for a fucking ice ad. And Nintendo's like, nah, we're probably not going to touch this one. Really? Really? Yeah, it might be a messy case, but you know what? You would have won. Like, that would be a case that would probably get wrapped up pretty quick because they have no grounds. That's all this administration has done. Through Trump's campaign, he was like hit with copyright claims from multiple different artists because he just took their shit and used it, and they said, no, you cannot use our shit. You did not ask. You stole our copyright. It's just it's so fucking annoying. So annoying. Yeah, and Apple, that I'm on Firefox. That's isn't Firefox part of MSN? Who owns Firefox? For some reason I thought that was connected to Mozilla. I knew it was an M. Let's see. Mozilla and Trump. Mozilla Corporation and... Is there any connection between the two? Oh, she hates Trump. Yeah, their CEO hates Trump. So yeah, or she's a chairwoman, but she's been vocal about him since his first administration. So I mean, yeah, Firefox, that's a good way to go. You got a winner there. What's her name? Oh, I thought it was. Isn't that her name? I thought it was Michelle. They're saying it's Mitchell, and I don't think that's right. Let me share my screen. This lady. She was vocal back during Trump's first administration about how much of a piece of shit he is, and that his policies are just crap. During the Trump administration, the Federal Communications Commission's FCC repealed net neutrality rules, which Mozilla opposed. Like I mean, it's also for their own greed that they didn't like them, but at least she was vocal about saying he's a piece of shit. And this did not pull up the article that I wanted. So that is not the good article. But yeah, I thought her name was Michelle, but it's Mitchell Baker. Who knew? Interesting. Okay. Wait, what? Anybody watched the new Wither season? Oh, Witcher. Yeah, with Liam Hemsworth. No, I want to watch that to see how he does. I've seen him in like the previews for it. He looks all right. I mean, he has the right face for it. I mean, Cavill looked great as it, but if you look at the games, Liam Hemsworth does have a better face for it, like face shape. All right. But yeah, if anybody's interested, Opera GX, if you play games on your computer, this has been recommended by a lot of big time gaming people, even not being sponsored by them, say like, I use Opera GX. So absolutely. Oh, and they even make it for Chromebook. That's beautiful. I like that. So even if you use a Google device, get rid of Chrome and switch over to Opera. But yeah, it's also got stuff for streaming, which is probably going to be beneficial for me. And you could change like there's a bunch of different settings in it, which makes it wild. But yeah, check out that. Switch over to Firefox. Don't use any of the other ones. Never use Apple again. That's for sure. I mean, I've been against Apple forever because I don't like the way they work. I can't get used to it. I used them back in, I think, my sophomore year of high school. We were on Apple computers, but I grew up learning how to use a Mac, or not a Mac, a PC, and then switched over to having to use Apple, and it was like, this is weird. It feels just lesser, given it has its benefits, better at video editing for their computers, all that stuff. But PC does very well, but also fuck Microsoft, just because they're Microsoft. But yeah, so what were we doing? That was really all I had. I just want to talk about those things and how this is scary and to keep an eye out. And in your area, watch those people who are very far right. Like they're getting scarier. Even though I did see something nice. There was a college today that had a shooting, school shooting today. Is this the one? Happened to be while I jumped on Twitter today. There was a university that this one guy who posts on there was on, and he does like a lot of left-wing stories, and Republicans hate him. But I saw something nice, and it's the first time I've seen a situation like this where it went down like that, and it was a person on the right saying it. Guy came out, left a comment. He was just like, hey, I may not agree with what you say and you spew a lot of bullshit on here, but stay safe. And I was like, there you go. Guy's reporting there's a school shooting at his school, and you have a right-winger actually saying like, hey, stay safe. When usually you go on Twitter and they say stuff like, you know, everybody should hide behind you so they don't die. That kind of shit. So that was nice. I actually smiled while on Twitter for once. But yeah. Yeah, is that Charmander? Yeah, so I have all three of them. Squirtle, Charmander, and Bulbasaur. I got them. There was this huge, crazy, steep sell at GameStop, and I had a bunch of points saved up, so I got them for, I think it was $10 after all. It was quite dope. Be a Pokemon vendor. You guys want to talk about Pokemon? There's been some crazy shit online. People have lost their fucking minds over the newest Pokemon game. Just absolutely lost their shit. Just because basically you shouldn't like it because, I mean, they did one thing shitty. I hate when all games do this because a lot of games do it. They tell you there's going to be a DLC before the game drops, which basically means, hey, we decided to cut content so we can make you pay for extra shit. That's shitty. But people are saying because the graphics aren't good, you shouldn't enjoy this game. You shouldn't play it. You shouldn't like it because you're just condoning this kind of behavior. And it's like, true, to an extent, you are condoning the behavior by playing something that doesn't look, because they want like realistic looking graphics. They want some like 4K, like I see your pores and you look like a real person walking around. And I don't know if these people complaining about that and saying that's what they want have ever seen Pokemon before, because it's not what Pokemon is. I mean, we've had the movie with Ryan Reynolds where he was Pikachu. That was the closest we had because it had live action people in it. But the Pokemon still looked like fucking Pokemon. They're little anime creatures. And when it comes down to a game, for it to be enjoyable, if you're looking at a game and you're saying like, oh, it doesn't look like it's real, I can't enjoy this, you have an issue. Like, that's a you thing. For a game to be good, it should be fun. You should enjoy playing it. And quite frankly, I beat that game, and it has like an infinite ongoing story you can just continue to grind through it. And it's fun. It's one of the most fun Pokemon games I've played in, God, since Crystal on the Game Boy Color. And that's wild. Like, I've liked the other ones, but I haven't had that much fun in a Pokemon game. Or no, sorry, GameCube. Whatever the GameCube ones were, those were super fun. But yeah, they brought fun back to Pokemon, and people are just losing their minds over it. They can't understand how you could like this. How could you like something like this? Because it's fun. Oh, you only like it because you're a Nintendo simp. No, Nintendo could go eat its own dick. I like their system because it's handheld and it's not a PC which plays shit. Like PCs, if you get a top of the line PC, it's great, but a handheld PC, they're all janky. They require a lot of tweaking. Nintendo's I can pull out, put in one of their games, and it plays well. That's all I need. I can play a game well. If Sony came out with another handheld, probably look again at that too, because they made beautiful handhelds. I mean, I have Bulbasaur and Squirtle, or Charmander and Squirtle are holding my Vita. It was a beautiful system. I loved it. It's broken. The only reason I don't play it anymore. But yeah, I'm a Nintendo simp. That's how it is. But yeah, because I'm on the Reddit group. I message on there a lot, which is funny, but it's fuck Nintendo. And I only like it because sometimes people will go on there and actually point out something skeezy they do as a company. But it seems like 90% of the posts are, I don't like this, so fuck you if you do. That doesn't move us forward as a people. It doesn't. We stay hindered. And that's the same mindset people have for politics, is like, oh, I don't like this, if you do, fuck you. I like Trump, if you don't, fuck you. And we got to stop that. Like, yeah, we can sit here and say, if you support Trump, you're a fuckhead. But I hope one day you wake the fuck up and you see, oh, I'm making bad decisions, and you start to progress. Because progressives want to make progress, which progress is good. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Yeah, they won't wake up. Well, they can't wake up because that'd be woke. Don't get woke. Because if you go woke, you go broke. And these people who are on Snap and are going to get fucked over by Trump, they're not going to wake up. They're going to blame the Dems. It's the Dems' fault. Like, literally, that's a conversation going on. All the whole government shutdown and the SNAP benefits, that's all because of the Dems. Because they won't let the Trump administration do the things they need to do, which is fuck millions of people out of healthcare. How is that a good thing? How is that their fault? It's probably the Republicans who want to fuck people over, and we have people who still are, for the most part, shit people, actually trying to be like, nah, we shouldn't fuck them that hard. I could go back to another Nintendo story, which I was talking to Hawk about this one earlier. Nintendo, and it's also on Pokemon. Let me grab it. So, found out today, some Nintendo Switch 2 games can be played in a Switch 1, like this one. There's a little banner here, and it says, includes Nintendo Switch game and the Nintendo Switch 2 edition upgrade. So, say you have a kid, you know they play Switch, you don't know if they have a 1 or 2, and you want to get them Pokemon, you get them the Switch 2 edition, and they can put it in their Switch 1 and still play it. I think that's cool. Even though they fuck you over because they're a corporation, this is like Nintendo being like, well, you know, before I bend you over, here's some lube. That's what that is. And that's kind of what the Democrats do. The Democrats want to sometimes provide lube for us before they fuck us. We should probably look at that lube and be like, hey, that's better than just getting fucked raw. But that's just me. Maybe some people like it raw. Anyways, but they're blaming the fucking the White House website is the biggest joke on earth. That is a suck off Trump website. It's worse than what's his Truth Social. It's more disgusting than that, and that's sad. I mean, there's people who are actually anti-Trump on Truth Social now, like former Trumpers who try to call him out, which is beautiful. It's beautiful that some of them did be like, maybe we were the idiots. So, round of applause for those people. Good job. Now just quit using the website because he gets money off that. But yeah, that was all I had. I just had those few stories and some rambles. So hopefully Hawk is back next week so we can do more back on the Nerd channel. We're getting close to Game Awards time, so we're going to start going over those. I'll probably put up a poll at some point asking what games are out that people like, probably for multiple genres. Do our own little Game of the Year award. I don't even know if my last poll got any answers. I didn't even check it. Forgot all about it. I'll cover that one next week, though. So if you guys do see what I posted about how you view about games, what makes a game good, vote on that one, and we'll talk about it next week. I put out a very low effort video today on that channel about a video game I saw on Epic. So if you want, check it out. You don't have to. Check out the game, though. At least look at the name of the video to check out the game. It's Key Locker or something like that. Very interesting little cyberpunk-ish game, at least for a story. But yeah, we'll have Hawk back up in no time. I'd say give him a couple more days and he'll be free. But yeah, that was what I had. You guys have been great, and I will talk to you later. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.